big hello and a very warm welcome to Brand Equity with me, Sonali Krishna. Today on the show, we celebrate and study India's biggest cooperative success story that was given birth to in 1946 and today is the 8th largest dairy brand globally. That's correct. We're talking about Amul. Amul turned 75 this year, and what an inspiration its story is. Well, to reminisce its 75-year journey and talk about what the future holds, I'm joined by Dr. RS Sodhi, Managing Director of the Gujarat Cooperative Milk Marketing Federation, which is the owner of the Amul brand. Thank you so much, Dr. Sodhi. Truly a pleasure speaking with you. I want to first take you down memory lane and talk to me about your experience first with Amul and your first interaction with Dr. Kurian.
My first interaction with Dr. Kurian was exactly 42 years back. I was just passing out after graduating from my College of Engineering at Udaipur, and I was looking for further studies. So naturally, that time there are 4 or 5 good management schools, IIM Ahmedabad, Calcutta, etc. And that time, Dr. Kurian started IRMA, Institute of Rural Management, Anand. And IRMA had no brand equity or credibility. Nobody was aware. But Dr. Kurian brand equity was there. So I joined, and I remember the first interaction with Dr. Kurian when he interacted with all the batchmates, and where he told us what is the purpose, why he started one more management institute. And purpose was simple. He said there are good world level and India level management schools, but for the corporate world. I want a management school for the rural producer organization who can hire best professional to run their own organization. So that was the first interaction. And after that, I was lucky that after passing in 1982, I also got selected into Amul, and I had opportunity to work with him for more than 30 years.
I'm sure Dr. Kurian's style of working when he, first laid the foundation for Amul and, the cooperative, and your working style many years later when India's landscape is so different, might be different. What would you say are the key learnings you've taken on from him and have included in your management style, which of course is showing such fruitful results for the brand?
Well, I think what Dr. Kurian and his boss, Tribhuvan Das Patel, when they founded 75 years back Amul, the same business philosophies, same value system holds not only true, but more relevant in today's world. See, the biggest thing, philosophy which is true not only for Amul, but any business enterprise today is where they said, Amul is value for many and value for money. Value for many means giving very stable and remunerative price to millions of milk producers day after day. So they are encouraged to produce more, they are encouraged to investment. And this is very true today. Farmers are agitating because they feel they not get the good price for the produce. But 75 years back, this organization was founded on the same principle. And that holds true also. And value for many is making food products with the best of taste, using best of ingredients, natural ingredients, using latest technology for processing and packaging, but affordable products for the masses. And I think once you take care of these two important stakeholders of food supply chain, success is with you. And that is where Amul, after 75 years, not only surviving, but also growing at much faster pace than the previous decade. Every year, our growth rate is more than the previous year, and our average growth rate is double than the industry growth rate. And this is basically because of very, very solid, ageless business principles.
Your brand is a real rarity because it has maintained its image as it started, and it remains, even in the contempt, 75 years later, Amul stands for the same thing. And its advertising and its communication is still blockbuster, still known as one of the best communicating brands. And there's not been much impact just because you have remained same. Do you think the modern marketing feel, which is that you need to change with times, you need to be more modern, you need to be, more with it to, interact with your new age customers, is actually not relevant?
You have definitely adopt new techniques, new methods of communications, new methods of interacting with the customers, identifying their needs. The basic business philosophy is same. Amul philosophy says we have changed with the time, but we are consistent. Consistent in our business philosophy, consistent in our product recipes, consistent in our communication strategy. Like you mentioned, Amul butter girl icon, which is more than now 55 years old. So communication, brands are not changed. It is like religion. You talk Red Cross, you talk any religion, their branding, their positioning is same, but they have changed with the time. And it is not that Amul has still continued to be selling last 60 years butter only or ghee only. Every month we come out with two new products. It is identifying customers' need or consumer needs and coming out with a solution in a better way, modern way, and communicating them. So only paths have changed, but basic objectives are not changed with the time. That is why Amul is ageless, and we are today in third generation. We are serving the third generation and growing.
Even as you're celebrating your 75th foundation year, the Home Minister has called out and said that, Amul and other cooperatives must provide a platform where they can help market, other cooperative sectors. He's also made a clarion call for Amul to not limit itself to 3.6 million milk producing farmers, but to look beyond and go beyond dairy. Well, I know that Amul has said that it will expand, but only in the dairy realm. What is your response to that?
Yeah, definitely. Honorable Home Minister has given us a very big responsibility and target that whatever experience you have gained, whatever knowledge you have gained, what brand you have made, which is owned by farmers. So one should use this brand for the benefit of the farmers and the consumer. You see, Amul model is basically a tool where we connect the producer with the consumer. So he's saying, and he said, besides milk, no doubt in milk also there's a lot of opportunity, and we have gone outside Gujarat also. When I say 3.6 million Gujarat, so we have got around 700,000 farmers outside Gujarat also. But why not use the same model, connecting producer with the consumer for potato? Why not for fruits and vegetables? Why not for honey? So naturally, we are trying to use it. And we are looking to various avenues, various other product categories where we can procure, aggregate, process, add value, and market it under Amul brand within India and also export it.
Having said that, you've launched about 33 new products last year in a rather tough year. It wasn't really even people who had products were finding their distribution quite difficult. They were finding manufacturing quite difficult because of several lockdowns. Was the 33 new products that you launched already in the calendar as a planned item, or this was something you decided to pivot because you saw that people were sitting at home, out of home consumption was coming down, and so you moved the needle because of the situation?
Sonali, in food category, creating a new product or launching a new product is not a difficult task. If you want to get idea about any new product, you have to do any market research. So just look around your home, your friend's home, or you ask your colleagues what new ideas. You'll get a number of ideas. Because in food, what is required is shifting people from unorganized or loose food to the organized or branded. So whether it is rabdi or a mithai okay, or it is a ghee, or it is a cake. I mean, any. So what is required is how to create a product commercially which matches the taste which consumer is right now consuming, either making at home or buying from the market. So that is the task. And definitely in Amul, we always price any food product very, very reasonably. And
Right.
always the pure product. And let me tell you, Sonali ji, food, one thing on which consumer will never compromise is taste. So any food product, it has to first meet that parameter. Then freshness, then affordability, then nutrition.
Dr. Sodhi, how difficult is it to enter categories where you're entering for the first time, but these are categories that are already crowded markets, they're already crowded places. How difficult is it for you to come up with a product which is quite different from what is already available in the market, and then second, ensure that consumers do a trial of your product and then hence switch?
Well, I think in India, if you want to come out with any food product in any category, not only dairy, whether in the processing, whether you want to launch a new ketchup, or whether you want to launch a new ice cream or new mithai, new bakery, one should not think about all India launch. One has to, in food, try to start with a small geography, maybe one state or half of the state, and get minimum double-digit market share. And that is only possible in finding out the gaps in the market. I remember in 2003, when we entered in Delhi market to launch Amul milk, Mother Dairy was number one. And they had a major market share, and DMS and Paras was the number three. And when we entered, what we did is we did an exercise to find out what are the gaps. In our language, we call it khaddas. We found out in the distribution of other three competing brands, where were the khaddas or gaps. Fill up those things. Maybe in product, because the milk that time was sold in Delhi during summer was milk powder added. So we said we'll sell only fresh milk. We attacked in Delhi from outer periphery, but central Delhi, Mother Dairy had very good distribution. So we started from periphery, good product, more outlets, better service to the market and retailers, and within 6 years, Sonali ji, Amul became number one brand of Amul milk in Delhi. Today, our market share is 50% more than the number two. So this is all in marketing or distribution. Snatching market share from already well-established player is extremely difficult. You can't achieve it by just advertising or packaging. You have to find out the gaps in products, in distribution, in marketing, in branding.
That's interesting. So when you talk about, let's say, chocolates, ice cream, or even, your aggressive launch in frozen products, right? How would you say, and these are all spaces that are occupied by MNCs.
Chocolates. We have been there in this category for last more than 45 years, and we were non-existent. But then suddenly we realized there's a khadda or gap in the market. Today's youth wanted to go for more darker chocolate, less of sugar. So we launched dark chocolates. And that was overnight success. And we are number one. Ice cream, when we launched in 2000, we found that the people were selling ice cream made out of vegetable oil. Consumers were looking for the real milk cream ice cream. So we launched the ice cream, and also very affordable price. And we have become number one. So actually, you see, the gaps comes in the market when the brand who is the market leader, he is not able to identify the change in needs of the consumer, both in products, distribution, affordability, and branding. And that is where any new brand can come and place the product. And if they are reasonably good in all these four areas, your product will definitely get the acceptance and the repeat sale. And then you work further how to scale it up.
So basically, you're saying all companies, instead of always changing their advertising and their logo, should focus on the khaddas of their own product.
Yeah, the changing advertising, positioning every 2 years, 3 years, I don't think that is a good strategy. I mean, Amul, you see, 55 years back, we started utterly bitterly delicious butter. Okay. Then in 90s, we started Amul, the taste of India. Then in 2000, we started Amul Doodh Pita India. I mean, we are continuing the same position, but no doubt, message, environment, TG may have changed, but positioning is same.
There's been intent that has been said that Amul is to invest 5,000 crores over the next 5 years, and of course, you're looking at doubling your turnover, by 2024. What are the key investment parameters you're looking at in terms of actually giving this turnover a boost?
This 5,000 crore is nothing but 1,000 crore rupees per annum. And it is directly proportional to the quantity of milk which we are going to handle more. So 1 lakh liters per day more capacity investment is 40 to 50 crore. So every year, if we have to add 20 lakh liters which we are adding, you need 1,000 crore. But this 1,000 crore is basically only in dairy plants and cattle feed. The same 1,000 crore extra is required in case of where farmers are making investments in buying new cattle, cows, and buffalo. So that investment is happening at the farmers level. Similarly, half of this is investment in other supply chain, transporters, milking machine, veterinary services, vaccination. All these are the other peripheral where investment. So today 5,000 is by the Amul. Another 8 to 9,000 will be the other industry related to the Amul. And not only, see, it's the investment. When we create or we procure 1 lakh liters extra, we are creating 6,000 jobs more. So by 20 lakh liters per day extra, so you see it is 1,20,000 jobs also you are creating. So that is because dairy is nothing in India. I say dairy supply chain is 3S supply chain. Small producers, small retailers, small consumers. So that is the benefit everybody gets.
Tell me, Dr. Sodhi, how does one increase your volume of sales when you talk about milk? Because I'm assuming milk is a very penetrated category. Sure, branded versus unbranded, there may be a big difference.
Yeah.
But most of India consumes milk. So how do you ensure that people consume more milk to ensure that the volume goes up?
Yes, it's a very, very good question. You earn more, the income increases, you upgrade your diet from more of carbohydrate to protein and fat. And when you further, you see when you are upgrading, you look for the taste and nutrition. And no doubt, third is affordability. Fortunately, milk or milk products are the only product in food basket which meets all these 3 parameters: taste, nutrition, and the affordability. And fortunately in India, more than 50% people are vegetarian. So they may not go for fish or poultry, which is equally good. So they go for dairy base. And dairy is such a product or category which is consumed in India right from breakfast to a dinner, right from the childhood to your old age. Even when you die, you need ghee to burn for cremation. So that way, it is happening, it is expanding. So let me tell you, today when I say 406 gram, by 2050, it will be 800 gram per gram per person per day. Because already Punjab, Haryana, it is there. Most of the Western world is there. So that is not difficult. So you can understand from 1975, from 100 gram to 2050, 800 gram is going to happen. And it is going to happen. Nobody can stop it. So market is going For organized player, market is going two way. One is increase in consumption. Second is shift from unorganized or unbranded to branded. So that way our growth will be more than double than the as such the increase in consumption.
I see. Recently there has been a lot of talk and a debate about plant-based milk, and there is so much of debate and controversy going on. You have, of course, made your statements very clear that they are nothing but genetically modified as opposed to milk. Where do you think this conversation has come up, and why is there a sudden push and trigger to be moving to plant-based milk?
This is nothing but glamorous, aggressive marketing pitch because of the extra margins, high margins in this product categories. And it started with the Western world where market has become saturated. So to create market for your brand, your product, you need some extra glamorous marketing. So this plant-based lookalikes have come. When you say plant-based, what is plant in that? You take any product of soya milk, almond milk, or any of these, so-called, these are not milk, and you see their label. 6 to 7% is only plant-based. Rest is all chemicals or this palm oil. And you're paying 3 times more. I think this is a fact. Gradually, consumers realize that how these products are harming their body, they're harming their genes and their offspring. And then people come back.
But who are the vested players here to be proposing that in India? Western, I understand, it's a saturated market. But in India, where milk is such an important ingredient in all homes from our childhood until death, who are the vested players who are seeming to indulge in this type of debate and conversation?
Basically, the companies who want to earn profit, most of the, you see, word of issues is the multinational. And what is the objective of multinational? Bottom line. You see, all the fake product in food category, whether it's the vanaspati oil or the margarine or now plant-based, these all products have been invented, aggressively promoted, falsely promoted and marketed by the multinational just to earn profits. They never look for the benefit of the farmers or the consumer. They look only the bottom line.
Dr. Sodhi, before I let you go, it's been 75 years. Amul has had such a successful innings and counting. What is it that we can look forward to from Amul that we've not seen before?
I don't think Amul, which is a brand which is not only owned by the farmer, but every Indian. Anybody in India, whether you are a consumer, you are a farmer, you are a policymaker, or you are everybody feels Amul is their own brand. So I think what everybody is looking is how Amul can serve India, how Amul can serve farmers, how Amul can serve consumers of India, and how, Amul, you see, Amul is a way of becoming Indian. See, it's very difficult how, in spite of competition of best of the multinational corporates in the world, a farmers-owned organization without any subsidy, without any, is growing. I think this is a matter of proud for every Indian. So we want that to continue, and we don't want to change. We don't want to increase we don't want to be listed, let me also tell you. So Amul is owned by the farmers, Amul is owned by the consumers, so it will continue, it will not change its basic business philosophy of the objective.
You also have stated that, it is a desire for Amul to go from the 8th largest brand to becoming the number 1 globally.
The first 3. In 5 years, we want to become the first 3. Because reason is simple. Amul is operating only in India. No other brands are operating 40, 50, 60 countries. Because our focus is India, and India also some parts of India. But no doubt we are gradually expanding into other states also.
So you will also look at expanding geographically outside India, because if you have to get to...
No. Reason is simple. You see, I'm not talking because of any emotional thing. It's pure business. India is world's largest producer of milk. India is also world's biggest market and fastest growing market. So when production is growing here, market is growing here, why should I look outside? And 1/3 is only organized. So same efforts, same investment, same time in India will give us better markets, better return than investing in Europe, USA, which are already saturated markets.
On that note, thank you so much, Dr. Sodhi. Truly a pleasure speaking with you. Again, many congratulations on your Diamond Jubilee years. Much more power to Amul and you, and hopefully, Amul's trajectory to becoming the world's largest producing dairy brand is not too far away. Thank you very much.